So, hi on the Grows Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Matt, Owen,
Nick, and Max from customer service.
And with some questions to say about the upcoming EP To You after 2,000 years. So, congrats on that, by the way. How do you guys personally feel about it since at the time of recording it is not announced yet, but it will be later today?
Well, I would say one of the big things was that we used live amps this time and kind of took an approach that was more like our live show, and it's a lot more representative of how we actually sound. Like Max and Matt use their own guitar pedals and stuff like that. So I think we're really stoked to sound like how we do live.
Hell yeah. And you got all those fun little live elements throughout the EP that really add to it, which I really enjoyed while listening through.
Yeah, the thing I'm most excited for too will be having like a full set of songs out instead of having to play stuff, which will be really nice too.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, expanding.
Yeah.
So is there any meaning behind the EP title or cover art?
Yeah, the last EP that we put out, we were all watching Succession together, and they're like trying to make a tagline for one of their businesses that's like kind of a flop, and they're like, "Live more forever." And so we were like, "Oh, that's hilarious!" So we like made that the EP title, and then this time we were kind of scrambling for a title, and at the time we were watching Attack on Titan, and we were like, "Oh, what if there's like something from Attack on Titan that we can use?" And we were like, "Well, like there's probably like a cool episode name." And so we pulled up the episode list, and literally the first episode name is "To You After 2,000 Years," and we were like, "That's dope."
It like wasn't only just representative of like a show that we're watching and love, but it also kind of is one of those titles that pulls on heartstrings and plays into this the feeling of longing and those emotions that we tend to write about a lot. So it felt kind of like a match made in heaven, really.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you guys are heavily, influenced by shows and just things that are
100%.
you're watching, I guess?
I think also like both times everyone had like different title ideas, and we were all kind of like very undecisive. Then kind of like both times it was pretty last minute. Like we're just watching TV together and be like, "Oh, that'd be pretty good." It sticks.
Yeah.
And the same with the covers. Like we're really bad at being like months out planning a cover and having it like ready. And this time around, we just have a friend, Meg Curry, an amazing photographer, and we wanted to do some promo shots. And she took us underneath one of the main bridges in Halifax where we all live. And we got like some awesome pictures. And then when we were kind of just like deciding, we're like, wait, that's kind of cool when we were looking at the album cover. And it kind of plays into like, we love Halifax and we love being from here. And then having EP cover of such like a specific spot in our city. It's like how Title Fight has their Hyperview. I feel like having kind of like a landmark of your hometown in an album cover is kind of awesome.
Absolutely.
Damn right, yeah.
So can you guys tell us a little bit about your writing process for the EP?
I think like it's always been super collaborative. A song could literally start from someone being like, I think these 4 chords sound together and us all jamming on it, or it could be someone writes, a full song and then everyone adds their little pieces. It's like, so we all live together and we all practice and like rehearse at our house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always been really easy for like, if anyone has a little idea, just for everyone to immediately jump on it and start like fleshing it out together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
even like hearing somebody play a riff or like a chord progression from their room. Like if you like it, you like knock and be like, "Oh, what are you playing?"
What's going on there?
All like within the house, and like it's really easy to collaborate just because we're all living in the same space.
Yeah, like almost like in a way like constant creativity. The writing process never really ends because you live together.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
I was gonna say
One of the
good and
perks,
bad.
maybe.
So what song off the EP took the longest to write, and then which one is each of your own personal favorite?
I think they all
They're all kind of quick.
They were all written like really, really quickly.
Yes, And It Feels went through a lot of different iterations. That started as like a laptop demo with MIDI drums and stuff, and
It sounded
I
like
feel like we did add a lot to that. We've had that one for like maybe a year and a half or 2 years or something.
and just like, but it was honestly more of like not even like consciously like writing it for an EP. The song was almost written like to play live, and then people just slowly changed their parts really naturally over the course of like a year of playing it live. And then by the time we went to record it, and like think about the parts, we were like, it's done. Like there's nothing really to change.
Gotcha. And personal favorites.
Oh, my personal favorite, I think, is "This Is the Best Day of My Life." Night. We change the names like right before we release sometimes, and then I'll just never remember them. But it just like I think it's my favorite riff I've ever kind of written and get to play. It's harder than most of my riffs, and I also get to like sing and play it at the same time. So I feel cool when I'm doing that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's dope.
I like that one because I feel cool playing that one as well. I play like a short scale, like 4-string bass, and I got this like little switch that you can flick that puts you into like drop D and lowers your low string, and I get to do that on that song. It feels sick.
You
Just in the
sick.
middle of the
Hell
song.
yeah.
I also feel dope doing that song because I get to scream at the end, which like I don't really do too much because I get scared of like losing my voice live, but like I have to do in that one, and so I just like get to scream. That's fun.
Yeah, fuck it, we ball, man.
I'll go with a different answer, and I'll say "And It Feels."
Boo.
Way to be different.
Right.
I think it's just I like it as it just feels like a really good like pop song almost. It's really catchy. I think the best night of my life definitely is like way more fun to play, and like it's definitely a cooler song maybe, but and it feels very well put together.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So for this question, I want you guys to pick your favorite lyric or instrumental part off of a track and tell us the meaning behind it.
I have no answer.
Yeah, okay.
I really like in the acoustic song "Bury Me on Vernon Street" the trumpet riff at the end. We've always wanted to put horns in a song because I feel like so many great emo bands like bring in horns. And we also got Matt's older brother to come and play trumpet on it. I don't know. It just it brought the ending to like another level that I like with adding those trumpets on. That kind of would beat any guitar riff or any fill that you could put there.
I really like I mean, just from like a flow perspective, like the "And It Feels." We walk across a field of grass.
That's the other.
That's the other song. That's the one I love to play. But yeah, that just like best night. But yeah, that lyric just like I feel like flows really cool, and it just like paints a really awesome picture of going back to school.
Yeah, I think for me it maybe would be the chorus of "And It Feels" with the call and response with the gang vocal. I think something like for so long we were like, man, we should have a chorus be all gang vocals, and just like kind of in the similar vein of Max's thing. Like so many of our favorite bands did it. It just felt like so it's not like a hard thing to pull off, obviously, but it just like felt good to like finally do it.
Yeah.
I think in "Bury Me on Vernon Street," I like the like "Now That You Know Me, I Hope You Still Love Me" the same lyric, like the whole like chorus there. I just kind of like the song came out of our first Ontario tour, which is like the longest tour that we'd done together. And when you're just like around, like obviously we live together, but like you can go to your room and stuff, but when you're like on tour, you're just kind of forced to be in the same space together for an extended period of time, and it's kind of hard to hide good and bad emotions that you're feeling. And I think like having friends that you have to be so fully transparent with, and like feeling that even when you're your truest self, they can still love you. It's like it's a really powerful thing.
It's very
like
sweet.
I haven't felt since like I grew up with 3 brothers, so it's like I haven't really felt that until now, and it's like having 3 other brothers.
Aw,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah, I love that.
That's so cutie pie. All right. So, would you guys be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating the EP?
I think always it's just like everyone has their parts which mean a lot to them, and like the lyrics are a lot of time it's like everyone's doing a lot of stuff, so it's like I think almost that maybe like in a way you kind of like have your feelings you're feeling when you're writing one part, and then like I could write a couple lines, then Mac write a couple lines, and then it goes together and it makes this new thing. which kind of creates like an interesting. So the songs almost take on a new meaning once everyone's. I don't know if you feel the same way, but like once all the parts are like put together. But yeah, I think the headspace is always like, I think the biggest thing we always say is if we're not all immediately like smiling and having the most fun ever when we're like working on a new idea, it's not a good idea. And if we're having so much fun doing it, that's all that matters. So yeah, definitely like usually a pretty like, I mean, maybe if you're writing sad lyrics on your own, it's like kind of sad. But then like once we're all doing everything together, like it's always like, this is sick and like super fun.
Something that feels special about the way that like so many of our songs tap into sadder emotions. I feel like a lot of the time, like longing or like missing people or breakups or lost friendships or whatever. And like they're sad to write, but then once you bring it into a room with like your three best friends, you're just all making a song that like you can dance to, and it's like a way to almost like mask these like it's like the sad emotions and kind of like repurpose them almost, and like like we're dancing to like a song about not talking to that friend anymore. Like it's a funny thing, but I feel like the headspace definitely like starts sad and then gets like you're so stoked.
And it allows you to kind of get those feelings out and then kind of repurpose them or realign them in your mind into a different memory attached to those feelings. So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this EP for the first time? Should do in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is workout EP, party EP? What do you guys personally recommend?
You should buy it on vinyl.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
We need you to buy it on vinyl. I think with your friends. I think it's like this one in particular is like, especially just like the note that it leaves on. It's just like I don't know. I think everything that we write, like even when the lyrics are like specific, like the one that Nick brought up of like walking across the field of grass we took to class, like it's like a specific place in our minds, but I think like the feelings that it evokes are like pretty universal, and I think like feelings and experiences that everybody has, but then in the end it's like you have your friends and like be grateful for your friends, and at the end of the day it's like all you have, and I feel like listening with your friends is like the best way to really feel what the EP is going for.
I also think it's short enough that it's really easy to actively listen to it, because I find like if I'm listening to like a long project, I can kind of like fall in a trap of it just sitting in the background, but since it's like only 6 minutes, I feel like really like taking those 6 minutes to like listen to like what's going on, because it's so short.
Yeah. I'm not one to complain about how short a project can be, but I am going to complain about how short this was. Because normally, like, I'm the one that does the scheduling and, I'll check out a song or two. I listen to the whole fucking EP because a song or two would normally be 6 minutes, and I was done with the EP by the time I had decided whether or not we wanted to have you guys. And I was like, there should be more here, because now I don't have to listen to it to prep for the interview. I'm ready. I'm set. I know.
Exactly.
I know what it sounds like.
So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your heads, I want you guys to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each. 12 total. No more, no less.
Best friends forever.
There you go.
Aww, that's cute.
Sick drum parts.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Good bass parts.
Okay, cheap.
All right.
That's cheap. That's fine.
Love, real, and riffs.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Love
Way
real
to bring it
riffs.
home.
Yep.
And in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the EP?
Yes. Feel whatever you want.
Yeah.
Full body tingles. I want you to feel like
I
electric.
said another 3 word that you can
Yeah.
Full body tingle. I don't know. Yeah, feel whatever you feel. I think again, like it's like specific stories to us, like that we put into them. But like again, it's universal feelings. Just like feel what it makes you think of in your life.
Yeah. And since like a lot of the songs are like a mishmash of like different ideas, I feel like there's a lot of different ways you could interpret them a lot of the time. I feel like sometimes I don't even know what like certain lines are about. And I never want to ask because I just want to think my own thing about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to ruin the perception in your mind.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wonderful. And are you guys able to talk about any particularly challenging or standout moments during the creation of the EP, positive or negative?
I can't think of anything like negative. I think at least like the process of
good.
like making it all was like just super easy and quick, fun.
Yeah, working with Owen Williams is just like
Mm.
so seamless. Like he's just kind of a homie now, and like the first EP, we were like a little bit more like a producer and musician like relationship a little bit, but like slowly throughout the first EP recording it with him, we like got a lot closer, and then like having a project that we put out together, we got to celebrate it, and like it's like something that we share together. And then when we recorded this one, it was just like it just felt like going over and hanging out and like laying down your tracks and stuff, and like he's just like super easy to work with, and he's like such a good hype man, and like puts you in such a good mood to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes it so much easier.
We also came in this time with like songs that were a lot closer to a finished product, which made it a lot easier. I feel like first time we had like 5-minute songs where it's like a lot of parts were like clashing, and like a lot of like just like a lot of stuff we had to have a producer fix. And this time we just came in and like we like watched like all the things Owen did last time and tried to do a lot of those things ourselves before we got in there, and that I feel like made it a lot smoother.
We didn't really know how to write a song, like actually write a song like last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Line up and stuff like that, and then Owen taught us a lot.
Yeah.
If I was gonna pick like a real standout moment though, we actually the last track, the more acoustic-y one, we actually recorded in our house
Right here.
here in this room.
Hey,
So
Aw,
that was really special and really fun. Felt really cool.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's wonderful.
I think because we recorded it in the house, one of our mics like really crapped out, and we just had like a loud hum over one of the whole guitar tracks, and the whole thing was recorded live. So we couldn't really go back and re-record a guitar track.
Well, we did though.
and-
The hardest
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
the hardest
right,
thing
and you
actually.
did
The
do
most
that.
negative hard thing was going over again and recording the guitar over a not clicked out performance, because I didn't want to redo the vocal because I was like, I like how I did the vocal. I don't want to like have to compare the two and like not like do the second time. So I was like doing this guitar part and realizing how much I push and pull on the tempo in that song. It's kind of insane.
I'm curious, like the turnaround time on the EP, because you mentioned it was short, quick. Like when did you guys kind of start writing it, and then when did you have the masters in hand? Like rough dates.
It was the And It Feels we've been playing for like a year and a half, and then I remember Bury Me on Vernon Street was written after our first Ontario tour, which was 2 Julys ago. But it was like not really revisited again until like pretty much after the first 2 tracks were done, because we were thinking it was going to be a double single at first.
Mhm.
And then This Is the Best Night of My Life was written about a year ago. We're going on a year ago now, and we wrote it right before going on a rip with Pavel Stroke in like New Brunswick and one Montreal show. And like we wrote it and we were so stoked on it that like on the drive to the first show we all sang it a cappella in the car to make sure we knew the parts, because we were like, okay, like we really want to play this song, we think it's really good, but like we don't really know it. And so we were like in the car like singing the song a cappella. It's like, hey, like Owen sings the drum part, Nick sings the bass part, we were all just like singing our parts and making sure we knew it. And then we like so like that was all. But that would have been, so the last one was written about a year ago, and then we recorded it in like May, June.
Yeah.
And then with all like the Royal Mountain stuff, it just became a little bit like of like a time game where we were like, well, we want to put it out with them, like as like like as soon as we sign, we can like have something to put out. But we had it kind of ready to go in
I was in North Carolina. It's like June.
It was like
July.
June,
Wow.
I guess. And so we've been sitting on it for a while, and we were definitely doing some like iterations with like some mixes and stuff
I
from
feel like
Billy.
we're pretty bad with like being like, we'll just let mixes sit for like 2 weeks, and then we'll send a message and be like, oh, can we make this a little bit louder?
Yeah,
And then another 2 weeks, and then there's like 1 month gone just because like we wanted to hear what it would have sounded like with like a little bit louder snare.
And then we
Mhm.
A mixing engineer's worst nightmare.
We're not efficient with that, but it all Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
We wanted it out in
could have
September.
came out last
Yeah, it
fall.
could have
but
come
we were
out in the
just,
fall,
We were
but-
just really bad for that stuff.
Gotcha.
Once it's recorded, we're like, we're done.
So for this question, I want you guys to picture you're on tour at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Oh,
Double barrel shaboing boing.
yeah.
True.
2 hot dogs.
Hot dog? 2 hot dogs?
2 hot dogs, 1 bun.
Oh, all right.
And you wrap it up so they think it's 1 hot dog, so you save like $2.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I didn't know your game.
Way to go.
So there-
Yeah.
And like a sugar-free Red Bull. That's mine.
The car is always full of like a ton of Red Bulls for the drive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Back of them. I don't know.
I think you're the best person for the snack question.
Snack question?
You
Oh.
get the most.
Gas station popcorn is really cheap for how much food it is. It's like $1.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's a good
500
answer.
cals for
It's
like
all
a
butter,
buck.
all your calories.
It's efficient. It's efficient. Yeah.
Efficient.
Mhm. And on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Ooh, we'd be everything chicken.
Be everything chicken with like an ash cigarette in it.
Charming. That's so charming. Oh my god. What is everything chicken?
Everything chicken is when I'm not even gonna say all of us because Max and Matt
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
cook a little bit more. But me and Nick, when we make meat, usually
Mhm.
instead of like doing like an actual seasoning thing, we just put literally everything in the pantry. On like it could be like pesto, marinara sauce, Marmite.
We had
like,
Sunny D on it.
Marmite.
It's disgusting.
Sunny D.
The one the other night was good. The one on New Year's was actually good.
Yeah, they put a
Sunny
little tiny
D.
bit of Sunny D in there.
It
They
was
think
more-
you can put Sunny D
It was
on.
Sunny D chicken. It was awesome.
Sunny D chicken. That's
Also, these were like pre-cooked rotisserie chickens that you pick up from like grocery store, and we were just heating them up in the oven, and they poured Sunny D on them before putting them in the oven. So
It was good.
this is out of my jurisdiction.
And the worst part
this is I have nothing to do with
This was like we had all our friends over. There's probably like 10, 15
you had
people
guests.
like, for everyone, and then this is our
Everyone
meal.
thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone thought
Yeah,
it tasted
people
great.
liked it.
You could
Thankfully.
taste the Sunny D.
I know, but it's just it
It's
just
a-
enhances the
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, it's just a little orange reduction, you know? A little orange glaze. Something easy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to try everything chicken. I'm going to be honest with you.
So real.
It's just
Everything you have.
It's really easy to make. There's like no rules.
No rules. Yeah.
Out of it at one point, and you'll just know how disgusting.
it almost looks like a map of like a country where it's like all the different like colors for
Yeah.
each state.
We don't really blend it.
It's not really blended. It's just like
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my.
be a different flavor. It's patches.
It's like every,
So you can
every
pick your favorite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, why choose one flavor? That's what I would ask the viewer.
That's the question posed to our viewers for this episode. Why just choose one flavor?
I want flavor.
You have everything.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
concerned. I'm very concerned. I mean, you guys go crazy though. Go crazy.
Yeah, you do you, you know? And for the last couple questions, going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
everything chicken is Sunny D.
I definitely-
I don't know. I probably want like sushi or something.
Yeah, sushi would be awesome.
All you can eat sushi and then never die because you just have to get through the all you can eat.
Yeah.
Or like
So you have to choose between death or continuing to eat.
also like doesn't your body like drains everything in you when you die? So maybe I'd want
Yeah.
for gross. Just to like fuck with the people who killed me.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
it's how
Killed you like
spiteful.
It
oh,
just
I guess
smells
Like it was murder.
Maybe I would make them get something from like every single takeout place in the city and then not eat anything.
some guy did.
Oh, I saw this
That's
good.
fire.
I saw this good bit about your death row meal being the chair.
Yeah, you eat the chicken.
And then he's like, oh, but then you have to.
Eat the chair.
Then it's like, oh, but you eat all the important parts, and they're like, oh shit, now it doesn't work anymore. So,
Fuck.
but
We
just
gotta
get-
delay it.
Oh,
but then it's like, then when you go back
Oh, the
on,
electric
you're like, yeah. And
I
then,
thought you meant just like your dining room.
Oh, yeah, no.
It was just a regular hardwood chair. Yeah.
Yeah.
then you go, you postpone it 2 weeks, and then in 2 weeks you're like, well, I get my last meal because that wasn't my last meal. And they're like,
Yeah.
hey, what would you like? I would like the chair.
The chair.
To the next chair. I think eating all this
Yeah.
extra stuff will kill you first.
I've been really liking Thai food.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I just wanted a good answer in there. Like a good pad Thai.
Damn right.
All right.
Damn right. All right. And if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
All of them are kind of scary.
I'd probably like living in Hogwarts.
Hell yeah. What house are you?
Voldemort's there though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want that. Like you can pick if you can pick where you're living.
You want to
probably
live?
pick
You
when.
want to live in a world constructed by a turf?
Oh, true. She does suck.
It does suck.
I'd live in like the fictional world that like Rocky lives in, because that's technically fictional, but like you get to see like a hometown hero like really become something, you know. It's
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say, isn't that just like Philly?
Philly, but it's like not really, because
Philly
Rocky's
was
not
Rocky.
real.
It's like Philly, but like more chill because Rocky's there.
Rocky. New answer.
We're Canadians. Like Philly's pretty magical and distant to us.
That's crazy. I wish I had that like wonder in my heart. You know, it's.
Do you feel that wonder about
Halifax.
Halifax or anywhere in Canada?
I dream of it, honestly. Yeah.
Can I say Hobbiton then? I feel like that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
I'm gonna live in the Shire.
The Shire. Okay. I mean, like, you know, like
Yeah.
fuck J.K. Rowling and all, but like, what house are you?
What house? Oh,
Yeah.
Hufflepuff.
I was
for sure.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff. Represent. Hell yeah, me too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said that to someone, and then they got really pissed at me. They're like, "How could you?" I'm like, "Wow, I'm just being real."
Except like, why the fuck are you mad that I'm a Hufflepuff, man?
It's
I
a
didn't choose
house
this shit.
in a fictional world. Everybody, put the
Not-
guns
Chill,
down.
though. Like, calm down.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm only a Hufflepuff because everyone else is saying they're Gryffindor, so someone's got
Yeah.
to do it.
Someone's got to be unique here.
It's actually really selfless of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so hard being a Hufflepuff in a Gryffindor world.
Mm. Some millennial would wear that shit.
Oh my god, me.
Have that on a mug.
Oh, yeah, mug for sure. Fuck yeah.
And I've done of asking the last question. Every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Orange.
Green.
Green.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
That's
either.
crazy.
That was important.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys just learned so much about each other. Look
Yeah,
at
you
that.
guys have been living together, but you didn't know each other's colors. It's kind of beautiful.
An orange and a green.
Because we're literally just hunting camo.
Aww.
So as I said, that's all the questions I have today. Is there anything that you guys like to plug?
EP's out February 14th. New singles out February 15th. You can pre-order it on royalmountainrecords.com or .ca probably. We're in Canada. Probably. Maybe.
Check it out. Search
Check
up
it out.
Royal Mountain
Good
Records.
bet.
Maybe you'll find the website.
Yeah. Announcing a bunch of shows soon.
All right. Well, thank you for
Thanks,
sounds,
Alan.
guys. This has been Customer Service, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.